pull the tire off. There, 2mm. So we took the caliper off. It's two 12mm bolts. Next we're going to take the nut off for the strut. Just put the nut back on. And you can take a hammer, push it out. Just take a 21mm socket and run it. Can run it the rest of the way out. Now we can take this 10mm bolt out that holds the ABS sensor in. We're going to hope this ABS sensor will come out. It's pretty rusty. If not, we're just going to unplug it, which that's what we're going to have to do on this side. So there's no reason to force those ABS sensors because they break very easy and they're quite expensive. So just come up here, undo your safety clip. It's got a lot of dirt in it. Slide that off. We can just get our retainer pliers. Take the plastic retainers off. And come over here, just pull the rubber grommets. Have these retainers maybe. And the ABS sensor is loose. I forgot to mention though there is one plastic retainer right there as well that we need to take out. Like so. Next we're going to take this 21mm nut off the tie rod end. That one came off really slick. Drop the tie rod end down. Next we're going to take this 21mm bolt controller. Like so. And lastly we're going to take the brake caliper. We're going to zip tie it to the upper control arm just so it stays out of the way and doesn't get caught on anything. And that way it's not hanging freely the whole time. Just like so. So now that we've got all that disconnected, we're going to hop over to the other side and do the same exact thing, and then I'll be back. So there's one thing I forgot to show, and that is take these trans-cooler lines out of the radiator right there. I guess it technically goes in the condenser, but you just take these little clips off. I just use this pick to get them out, and they just pull the clips out and slide the lines out. Next we're going to take this shield off here. There's two 13mm bolts on the back. And on the front there's some 10mm bolts. And there's also two plastic push pins. Just one actually. Next thing, disconnect the drive line here. It's a 15/16 torque bit. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. What's done is I've taken vice grips on this back one, put it onto one of the nuts, and when I turn it, it goes against the exhaust. So I'm going to take these bolts out real quick and then be right back. And what I had to do is take this rubber isolator out. So 4 E12 bolts. And then what I did is I took a screwdriver and a hammer, and there's a little ledge around here, and would pound it and spray some penetrating oil and do that around. It's probably taken me the longest to do this out of anything else on this job so far, so just be patient with it. Do not hit this because this holds all the grease inside, so yeah, be careful when taking that off. Please take the exhaust bolts out, 13mm. Do that on both sides here. So to be able to get the exhaust, I had to come to the back bar and take these two rubber isolator hangers off of the exhaust here. And I was able to get a pry bar go in between and just pry it back. These cross member bolts out, 16mm. to a 13 millimeter, it looks like. There's two more 13 millimeter right here. There's one right here. There's one I missed that is over here. 16 millimeters out. So right now all we're doing is taking all of the small bracket bolts out, none of the main subframe bolts. So now that we have all those just bracket bolts out, we're going to lower the car down. I'm going to put a jack right here. And we're going to probably put a jack stand along here and up here. And we'll be able to drop this whole engine crate down. And hopefully this is, so there's one other thing you need to do, and hopefully this is the last step before we can take the crate bolts out and drop this. But there's some power steering cooler lines. Or just hold on with some C-clips. You just pop those out. You can pull the lines out so those disconnected. Okay. Now that we got the jack stand set up, we can then go around and take all the crate bolts out. So it looks like these front two are 21 millimeter. This 21 millimeter, it looks like. For the transmission bracket, it's some 16 millimeter bolts. Now that we got everything unbolted, we should be able to lift the body of the Jeep. The engine and transmission should stay. We're just going to want to watch everything really closely as we go up. So the one thing that you also got to do is disconnect this shift linkage. You just pull out on that and it comes out. Then underneath here there is a little plastic tab that you push out on. That tab and you can start wiggling out that shift cable off of the bracket. So terrible camera footage there, but anyways, you push that tab in that's right there. There's a hole in the bracket. You can pop that up and out. And you can just pull it through that zip tie. And now we'll be able to lift this Jeep the rest of the way up. Now you'll be able to unbolt everything off and switch it over. I don't know, I've done this both ways where I pulled it from the top and now this way. Once I get everything bolted back up, so I have done this both ways, pulling out the top now and I'm not really sold on which way is going to be better. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but these videos do take some time, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching and have a great day.